Hello? Apple pie? Hello! Hello, Chibi. Hello, Kira. Hello, Christy. How are we doing? Are we well? Keep forgetting to look at... On these streams, to look at chat, I have to look away from the microphone. So, if my voice goes quiet, I'm speaking to you. Hello! So, then I'm doing a silly draw. As well we all ought. Yeah. And as I probably will be doing for the next 2 hours. I forgot to do vocal warm-ups, so that's good. It's not like this stream involves a lot of talking. Ooh, exciting. Silly draw is good draw, absolutely. So, speaking of silly draws. Boom, we're here. Hello. So what happened last time? Speaking of holes, last time we... Psychomantis died, yes. James Bondage bit the dust. We met a scientist who's been working on the Metal Gear Rex project without realizing that it was basically for the purposes of launching a nuke. And he got upset when we told him that. And then he said he'll help us out. In exchange, he will hide using his optical camouflage gear. Dr. Uwu Weeb, I believe was the name we gave them. So yeah, they're currently invisible, as is their wont. We then found Cece, who was in disguise as a soldier. We followed her into the women's bathroom, where she was partially stripped off. I did look this up afterwards, actually. It is... The amount of clothing she's wearing is proportional to how quickly you follow her. Or, sorry, inversely proportional to how quickly you follow her. So if you take your time, she's wearing trousers and it's fine. She then, after talking about, you know, how she's sort of following the soldier's life because her father was killed in battle or something like that, she eventually gives you the keycard that you've been after. There are apparently several keycards that are used to deactivate Metal Gear Rex. And she has one of them. So we've got one of them. Yay! If you take your time, she wears trousers, but if you're quick, she's not. Yes, because she has to change. And if you get there quickly, she can't in time. This is Hideo Kojima we're talking about. And if you think it's going to get better... Wait. So, yeah. So we got the keycard. Upon exiting, Cece had a bit of a headache and some gastric trouble. We then continued and she went a bit berserk, and a gas mask friend. She changes, I thought she just did that for a divergent. I guess so. She must have had other clothes somewhere. I don't know. And we met properly Kink Vader, who was mind controlling her. We beat her up with a sock. This is apparently a layer with nothing on it. Lovely. He then began throwing stuff at us and turning the TV off and then turning it back on again. And we couldn't control him until we moved our controller literally to the other port on the PlayStation. And then we beat him. And there he is. And he divulged to us that he's been psychic and he can't control it, and he wears the mask so that he doesn't have to hear everyone's thoughts, and that he's so annoyed that everybody keeps thinking about trying to procreate, etc., etc. He took his mask off briefly. Looks unpleasant, but it's there. And then he died, but he opened the door for us to continue forwards. He says that something is beyond a communications tower out back. So that's where we've got to go. You will maybe be missed. Possibly. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. If there's anything else about the larger story, do please... that you don't understand, do please let me know. There are things probably that are going to happen later in this that may require some explanation of things that have already happened. But we'll get there. Right, okay, cool. So we leave, hooray. It is, like, looking back on it, it's kind of interesting how one of the most iconic characters from these games exists for a single battle. And then they die. It's like everyone knows Psycho Mantis / James Bondage, but they're just there for that. It's weird. Oh, actually, I suppose we should. He probably should also have mentioned that James Bondage, I think, also divulges the fact that he was part of the coup, as it were. Do you remember this whole place was run by genome soldiers, and a coup happened that allowed the terrorists to come in and do all their stuff. Well, apparently, James Bondage, what with his psychic powers and whatnot, essentially mind-controlled all of the genome soldiers into organising the coup. So that's how that happened. It didn't just randomly happen, yeah. It was just there for funsies. He also might have been a character in Metal Gear Solid 5. You're not sure? I mean, I don't know an awful lot about the story of Metal Gear Solid 5, but I've seen the beginning, and my immediate instinct is sure, why not? You've heard rumours, but you don't know for certain. I mean, yeah, I've only played 1, 2, and 3, so there we are. Anyway, we continue. We continue onwards to the whatchamacallit, the communications tower. That's where we're going. Well, I never had a PS3, so you know a lot about 4. I know nothing about 4 apart from one scene. That's all I know, and I won't explain it. What are we doing? We are going out the back of the building. We're currently underground. So going out the building. Now I'm trying to think of the orientation. Yeah, we are continuing. Yeah, okay. For some reason, because of the way the camera works, it makes me feel like I'm going backwards, but we're not. So we go out the back of the building, and it's some caves. We find a cave system. I now need to draw a cave system. I mean, let's draw the more important stuff as we're here. But we're in a cave system. Is this the right thing? Actually, needs to be bigger. There we are. It's cold. It is cold. I've got to remember how to draw things. Don't worry about it. And rather dark. It's a cave system. I presume there's some sort of light passing through the top, or maybe not. Maybe you have to use night vision goggles. I don't know. We may be underground fully. But we are not alone. Oh no. Well, I mean, Cece's with us, but we know that. It's aliens. We are not alone. How does? Speaking of, how is everyone? Are we all good? I usually ask that up front, but I forgot. Let me just trying to tell the story here. Draw the mouth broccoli to show it's cold. Cold. Badoo-badoo-doo. Ghosts! Are there ghosts in these games? Yes. But not in this one. Kind of. Ish. There's some weird things in these games. Anyway. Yeah. I think you can see fine from most of it. There might have been one part that needed night vision goggles, possibly. It is dark. Oh, Christ. What there are, however, are things that I'm famously good at drawing. Not quite horses. There are many wolves. This is the wolf area. There are wolves with cubs and little puppies and many things. And they want to say hello to you by biting you. I think they generally leave you alone if you stay away from them, but it's difficult to stay away from them when they're in the way. This is how you draw a dog, right? Or a wolf, I should say. Lots of doggos! Remember them coming for you as often as they could. That's fair. I mean, you know. It's not fair that they did that. It's fair, you know. How? No? Yes? Maybe. This is a chicken dog. Don't worry about it. These are genome dogs. They have been genetically modified. Or wolves. I keep saying dogs. They're wolves. I can't draw wolves either. Can they be in the way if you're walking into their home? I mean, they're in the way of where you need to go, which is through their home. Also, hello, miss. Jumping up at you. Makes sense. Anyway, there's lots of them. Oop. Have a good time in Lurkdom. Yeah, so Cece is unfazed by them, and they are unfazed by Cece. Cece has a good time petting the old little doggos. Hello! Hello, Try! Boogity boogity, you're in chat on your phone in Vegas to say boo. Oh no! We're in a dark cave! It's very scary to say boo. Also, hello, hope you're doing well. Blue heart to you too. Is Cece still wearing a top like that? I don't know. It's very cold. In this scenario, you'd not be CC, you'd be terrified. That's understandable. But yeah, they're big fans of CC. And she's big fans of them. Yeah, we are in a cave system, and then there's like little tunnels you've got to crawl through in order to continue and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, add claustrophobia to that list. Yes, hello Vodders, anybody who may be watching this. Hope you're all good. And the lurkers, as always. Yeah, so that's that. And CC kind of chides you a little bit for, you know, saying, I thought you used to work with dogs when you stopped doing military stuff and you've been called out of it to do this. I thought you know, under your, do you remember, convenient glasses? He said at the beginning when he phoned us up, or we said to him, hey, you still out in Alaska looking after dogs and stuff? So clearly there's some sort of connection there. Yeah. To which we respond, these wolves are attacking me. Please don't be like that. No, she doesn't understand. They're being very nice to her. They like her smell. I like your smell too, but as meat. Smeg also says at the start of this area that he's good with huskies or wolf dogs or something. Oh, okay. So he kind of lets it on himself. Noodle. Hubris. Anyway, howling at the start, ask what she is. Oh, okay. See, my memory at this point is going to get very fuzzy, particularly when we get to the communications tower. That's going to get a bit questionable. Right. Cool. Then, after a short cave wolf area, we come to an opening. Which is this? Probably looks like a cave wall. Makes sense. Sort of slightly more man-made structure. And we see up ahead, we see the communications tower. Stretching up into the dark night. There's a thing, and then we came out of a door in here somewhere. They installed a door to a cave. I'm not sure why, but they did. Like an emergency exit for the directors? Because we did come... The room that... Did I ever explain that the room we fought James Bondage in... looked like a kind of CEO office or something like that? It looked all official and had marble floors and stuff. Still a dick move to bring that up when someone's being attacked by wolves. I mean, not being attacked by wolves right then and there. They can make something real tangible so quickly you do not know. Perspective. And having to make comics very, very quickly. Is what with who? Tangible? Yeah. Yeah. If it was a compliment, yes. If the word you were looking for was awful. Cave system was after a bookcase behind. Yes, so a bookcase was pulled away, and then there was a door behind it, which led to like a kind of secret escape route, which is where we went through the caves. Although the escape route does go through a wolf den, so it's not that great as these things go. But no. Ugh. Do the thing. Thank you. A little bit of snow. There's a bit. It's difficult to denote snow in monochrome, but there we are. There's some snow. I mean, on the floor. I think in the remake there's like a little thing here with like a little minefield, and it's functionally useless to the story, but because CC divulges that, oh, I learned the pattern of the mines in the minefield from when my mind was being invaded by oh, it's in both versions. Oh, it is in this. Oh, okay, I thought it was taken out. Oh, I thought it was added in the later versions. Okay, so basic. I'll draw that. That's fine. In that case, you're gonna have to go back a bit. There. Trying to tell you about the minefield without spoiling. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, in that case, there's mine. I thought it was only in the remake. There we are. So there's snow on the ground. I remembered this all by myself. Kiro, you're going to have to remind me of so many more things before this draw-through's over. Sorry in advance because your memory's a bit iffy on some things too. Don't worry about it. We'll get the gist. Like the only thing that really escapes my knowledge is the order in which things happen in the communications tower. Because there's a lot of ups and downs and kind of repeated events and stuff. After that, it should be pretty smooth sailing. So we're here. Yeah, we're here, and CC says joint storytelling. I mean, this happened. I think it was only 2 streams into the Final Fantasy VII one when you corrected me on the Phantom elevator. Well, to be fair, we might have another one of those because that is the bit I get confused on. There's another lift. There's another lift coming up. Your head's very small, or your body's very big, one or the other. The dream elevator. There's totally an elevator and not a test tube. Absolutely. So Cece says, stop. I know this place. I recognize it from my brains because while I was being mind controlled by James Bondage, I saw this place and I saw that there were mines here. More than that, I saw where the mines were placed. So what I'll do is you need to follow me because I know the way through the mines. So she tiptoe through the minefield, as you do. How do hands? That'll do. Can't believe I asked how to hands when I just drew this body, but hey. Just draw another hand, yeah. I think this'll do. Look, they look a bit like paws, but you know, she's got an affinity with wolves. It's fine, don't worry about it. Anyway, and because it's snowy, because Kiro's got a good memory, she leaves behind a trail of footprints, which you can then follow through the little terrible maze. Like that. Something along those lines. So you got a silly little puzzle, just making your way through the stuff. And you know, if you hadn't brought CC along, this, you know, you wouldn't have been able to get through here, would you? And you were all like, no, I can't take you along, you're going to be a liability. Anyway. At this point, some bad stuff happens. Because at the other side of the long corridor thing that's leading to the communications tower, is someone with a gun. A gun with a scope. What with a red dot and stuff. And that red dot moved around a bit. Doing a little bit of searching. And if I remember correctly, I probably don't, but there we are. Could be worse. Goes for the foot. And then there's a gunshot sound. Bang. And CC, as well you might, when you've just been shot in the foot, falls over. The pose kind of works. Oh yes. She has got shotted in the foot. And they don't look very happy, healthy. To which your response is naturally to run and hide, because you don't want to get shot. You can't save her if you get shot. Perspective. I think while this is happening, Cece's gun sort of flies out from her grip. You remember wondering why they let her get shot? Since the red dot was there for a while. Yes, it's very cinematic. And she goes to reach for the gun, and the thing goes, nope, none of that, and then shoots her in the hand. And Noodle, because he's intelligent like this, and he's been in situations like this, goes, "I'm gonna save you," and she goes, "Don't! They're using me as bait to get you. Obviously, that's what. Otherwise, they would have shot me in the head." It's like, yeah, I know that, but I'm still gonna try and save you because, you know, I've known you for 5 minutes. And cheesy 80s action movies dictate that when the male protagonist knows the female protagonist for 5 minutes, then he must save her from bad times. And she's like, nope, leave me to die. This is what I deserve for not living a life properly and following the life of a soldier. And you're like, no. I'm going to save you. Unfortunately, I do not have the requisite materials to save somebody from a sniper from afar. She could have just gone, nope, leave you to die. Okay. Well, I mean, the way we need to go is where the sniper is, so we need to take care of them anyway. Even if you don't care about CC. Also, the area in front of CC is a long corridor. Yes, it is a little... Here's an alternate view of what's going on here. So here is the noodle. Here is the CC. Here is the little area that we're in. Here is a surprisingly tall wall. And here is where we're going. I should get the perspective roughly correct. Hang on a second. There's the vanishing point. The communications tower's there. With some little railings. So yeah, perfect sniper ambush spot. So what do you do? Well, who here has a good memory? If so, let me know what you remember. You know the game. I mean, we have already ascertained in this stream that you have a better memory than me. That's cheating. That's where the caves are. That's probably like a radar dish or something. I can't remember why we need to get to the communications tower. I think where we want to go, Rex is past the communications tower. Bondage probably told us that. Eat your box. It's a bit far, unfortunately. So when you brought up the thing in the previous stream... What with the who? You saw when you brought up the thing in that previous stream? Oh, I see. Yes. Sorry. The thing I was literally asking about. Yeah, do you remember that thing about me having a bad memory? I don't. So. You eat your sock. No. So. Let us reminisce. So what have we been through so far? We met James Bondage. We got the card key. We found Cece. We met Dr. Weeb. We met King Vader and fought them. Where we met Dr. Weeb. Or we. Some soldiers died. We fired a rocket with the gas mask on. We had to find the rocket first. We, before that, threw grenades in a ladle into a tank. Thanks to Funbird. We got past some lasers. We tried to save a hostage, but they ended up having a heart attack. We fought Bullet Ant, and his hand got chopped off. And just before that, through a window, we saw a sniper rifle that we couldn't get to. Guess where we've got to go? We're going all the way back for a gun. Yes, we are. Just wanted to demonstrate how much has happened since that point. It seems dumb. Welcome to Metal Gear Solid. It happens more than once. Yeah, keep that in mind for approximately, I'm going to say 3 or 4 streams time. You're just going to leave her in the snow? What else can you do? If you try and go near her, you're going to get shot. Strut F kills you in MGS2. It's just a lot of MGS2, really. It doesn't help that everywhere looks the same. Might as well not take down the sniper then. I mean, again, we still have to go forwards. So yeah. So we run back, we get ourselves the Chekhov PSG-1. This takes 10 minutes or so. CC, I know you're wounded with a sniper who might kill you, but I need to go back and get a gun, see you in a few hours. Yeah, it's... I mean, she is explicitly shouting at you, leave, don't die, look after yourself, you're the amazing noodle. And I'm just an idiot. And you're like, no, my commanding officer is your uncle. I'll probably never hear the end of this. Oh yeah, he phones you up and says, there was a gun, wasn't there? Go get that. Yeah, that's how you know you're supposed to come back and get this. So the game at least tells you this time what it is you're supposed to do. Yeah, get it now. I would like, if we finish like the last stream of this, if we finish it early, I'd like to go through some codec calls from the game just to show you what they're like, because I don't do them justice with my monotone voice. Particularly one that will come up probably next stream, which when I was a kid freaked the hell out of me. But we'll get there. Anyway, you go and pick up the gun. You get the gun. I passed it already. Oh, did it? Did it, Kira? I'm glad to know it wasn't just me. I'm not glad to know, because I'd rather not anyone be freaked out by it. And it's not, in retrospect, it's so tame, but just, yeah. We'll get to it. So yeah, we run back and get the gun. And then we run back again. That was stream 3, if anyone's interested. So we've done, that was half the Drawthrough ago. Yeah, so, and we come back. And this time, she's not that. She gone. But we've got a gun. Okay. I don't know. I literally was just looking at a sniper rifle, and I still don't know how to draw them. Why did I agree to do a military game? I don't know guns. I don't know tanks. How do these things work? How do you hold gun? So yeah, the red dot's still floating about. The sniper's still there, yes, and we now have to take care of them. So what we do is we intermittently jump out, aim, and fire the sniper rifle. I should also point out at this point, because this game teaches very healthy habits, there's another item you can pick up through this game. I think you pick up some by the sniper rifle, called diazepam. I always used to call it marzipan. And basically what it does is it's a tranquilizer, and you take a bit of it, and it slows your breathing, because your breathing affects your aim. There's some near this part. Okay. So if you take that, your breathing slows down, and it's much easier to aim and shoot stuff. So, you know, performance-enhancing drugs. Hooray! Scope moves when you look through it. Yes, when you look through the scope, because this is a very, very long distance that you're looking through, tiny changes in the movement of the gun will cause massive changes in the view. So yeah, if you take these pills, it doesn't move as much. Exactly. Yay, drugs! It's diazepam. So eventually, I should probably point out who you'll give you a view through the scope. To see who it is you're shooting. That seems fair. My stuff is in the wrong place. There's a circle. Nope. Come on, Clip Studio, be kind. There we are. Ooh. That's the scope, right? So here's a little balcony area. There's like a... Oops. Be careful of that. It's an important character who thought it was a faceless sniper. Oh no! Because if you recall, which you probably don't, because it was like 8 weeks ago at this point, of the Foxhound team, there was a Master of Disguise, there was a Psychic Expert, there was a Gunslinger, there was a Sniper, there was... Heavy Weapons Expert, and the Leader. We are meeting the Sniper. I now need to draw the Sniper. I suppose she's wearing goggles, it's good for sniping. Vision enhancement goggles, absolutely. They've got little crosshairs on them. What does she look like? I don't know what she looks like. What am I? Somebody who's volunteered to draw this from memory? And of course, you can't forget the most important part of a sniper's attire. She is very small. It's fine. That's actually the floor now, don't worry about it. You want to say Olivia Armstrong, but I don't know FMA. That is true. My apologies. References. Anyway, it's pretty close considering. I mean, I'm very out of practice at drawing people. That is something I really need to get back into. Pretty close considering, especially the outfit. Yeah, I'd honestly, this probably is very telling about me. I didn't even notice the outfit until I watched it for this draw through. Is their outfit open at the top? You bet it is. The crawl was there for a reason, all right? Anyway, so you have your sniper fight. Kapew, 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 and it is assumed that you win, otherwise it's game over. I'm going to stop and have a drink for a second. Sniper duel. Can you imagine being in a fight and suddenly your boob falls out because you decided the opening of your outfit was a good idea? You haven't even seen it in full. You like the end more? I honestly don't. Apart from the sort of the longer term gimmicks, I don't really remember that fight all that much. So I want to play these games again. I really want to play these games. You love being told to wait. Yeah. I would do, but I absolutely know that my Metal Gear Solid PS1 game is scratched and as a consequence uncompletable. The GameCube remake, I believe, is with my brother, and he is not to be trusted to keep things from being lost. I had no idea what happened to Metal Gear Solid 2. I assume he also has 3. Anyway. Is there like, can you buy them for PC? Well, probably not PC. Can you buy them on like PS4 or something? Rude Brothers, I know. Brother. Get back to me on that. I mean, don't worry about it. I can look it up myself, it's fine. I'll also look up Castlevania Symphony of the Night, because I've been meaning to play that on something that doesn't hurt my hands. You can check after this. Don't worry, Kiro. Don't worry. Got far more important things to be doing than running around after me. Yes. So, sniper duel. Kapew kapew. Lots of drugs. And you win. And a cutscene starts. I don't really know what signifies that you won, but the red dot probably disappears. Our background music has changed. That means we're an hour into the stream, roughly. Each of these background tracks are about an hour. She drops and you walk down the corridor. Okay. Cool, cool. So you walk down the corridor. This is the end of the corridor. I assume there's like, oh, this stretches on quite hard. So you come out of here, and you're at the communications tower, which is bloody huge. It might have looked small, but it was just far away. Funny how that works. And there's like gantries and stuff, which is weird. You've been being shot from, like columns and stuff that she was hiding behind. All these sorts of things. This perspective is probably not going to be my friend. When it comes to drawing people. It stretches on for further than that, but, you know, these things happen. Yeah, this is, why did I put the vanishing point so high? I can solve this. See, don't worry about it, it's fine. You get the gist. Long live digital drawing. Oh, absolutely. My traditional drawing is terrible. Don't even try and draw the stairs. Yeah. Look. I suppose we'll get to that, won't we? Didn't think of that. That's fine. Orthogonal perspective is my friend. These don't line up. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You mean here? Yeah, I know, but I was thinking about inside. Because there is I suppose it's a long gameplay sequence, but we don't have to see much of it, do we? Because it doesn't matter. Just remember something else and you're so sorry. I mean, there are many things to be sorry about. Well, I mean, you don't have to be sorry. The game designers have to be sorry for making me draw them. Anyway, so let's... Yeah, also the last bit. There's a lot of stairs in the last bit as well. Well, not the last bit, but last sort of proper area. Anyway, that's a while away. So let's come on. There we are. Lines. I've got to draw people. I'll draw a different layer. I can't be bothered to. So we get to the communications tower. I can speak. I'm not drunk. I wish I was. It'd be an excuse then, wouldn't it? Yeah, sorry, I should probably specify this as a door. Because we need to go to the communications tower, and CC is nowhere to be seen. So we want to... And you've been backwards, so they must have taken her forwards, presumably. The door. Oh no, you haven't been listening to the communications tower, otherwise you'd be able to communicate more clearly. Yeah. So... By the way, how many of you are actually familiar with Chekhov's gun? Just as a random aside. Because I wrote Chekhov on the sniper rifle, but It's a dark, hello! How you doing? We just fought a sniper with absolutely zero breast support. Is it like Schrodinger's cat? Almost the opposite. Got the joke the second you saw it. I'm glad someone appreciated it. No, Schrodinger's cat's all about uncertainty. Chekhov's gun's all about certainty. So Chekhov's gun, I think, is from regarding a play by a playwright called Chekhov, in which a gun is placed, I think, at the front of the stage, right at the start. And basically, the point being, if you're gonna put a gun in the front of the stage, right at the start, it's gotta be shot at some point. It can't just be there and not be used. Chekhov's gun's like when you explicitly mention or show something in a story, then expect it to turn up later. Yeah. You can play a game after you helped move a tumble dryer. It was nearly done. It's been an hour. And extreme sudden flashbacks to university. I hope that's in regards to the tumble dryer and not the sniper rifle. So yeah, we bend our fingers backwards in an attempt to continue through to the communications tower. forlorn that CC is nowhere to be seen. Dark, you know the game, right? You know this game? Oh, the Chekhovs. Oh, yes, you did theatre at university, didn't you? Yes, of course. I assumed it was one of two possible scenarios, and it turned out it was a third I had not thought of. You're aware of the game's plot? Okay, cool. I just didn't know whether I should tell you what had just happened. We met wolves. It was fun. I will show you that. Well, there was wolf puppies. It was a good time. A good time was had by almost all. We shot a sniper. That also happened. After running back throughout the whole map for quite some time, leaving CC on the floor, bleeding out. So that was fun. You reckon... I imagine Noodle's probably sort of got a pretty tight haircut. I also seem to remember in people talking about their behind in Smash, so probably emphasize that to some capacity. Memories. Anyway, this probably seems overkill, but I'll do it anyway. How does one... As the kids would say, a theek. Less noticeable in the original because everything was a polygon then. But after Metal Gear Solid 2, Noodle had a booty. Interesting. Again, much like Sniper Wolf's outfit. Didn't notice. Says more about me than the game, I think. Sorry, I let her name away. It doesn't matter. We're gonna name her at some point. Something completely different. I'm not a man of culture. Absolutely not. I know all about culture. Makes you go blind, doesn't it? Tried aimed her already unknowingly. Possibly. But you know me and paying attention. Particularly to try. How do you Beach Latit. I mean, okay. That sounds like a try thing. You're not making it. I'm not saying you're making it up. Hang on. How do? No, the arm goes over here, doesn't it? Like that. Anyway, you've probably ascertained at this point. We're not gonna get away with this scot-free, and she didn't die. She's very much doing well, and decided that hey, shooting you from afar isn't gonna be a fantastic solution to this problem. So why doesn't she shoot you from up close? But then, you know, she's not as much as she'd like to be. She's not alone in this. Goggles. I think she has like a fringe or something. Looking a little bit like Strong Jessie there. Also, doesn't know how to hold a gun. She can use it fantastically. She has no idea how to hold it. Remember when I said I'm out of practice drawing people? Yeah. Can you tell? Actually, she seems like when she's speaking, she seems evil smirky. Let's do that. How long is the opening of that suit gonna go? Not quite all the way. Pretty darn close. It's like a kind of jumpsuit sort of thing. That's not the way that foot's gonna go, is it? Be aware of your knees, artists. Be aware of your knees. Because I'm not. They're so easily forgotten. Has anyone ever held a gun like this? Be interested to know. They're presenting it. Here you go, Noodle. No apologies, Christy. Was that really needed? I think it will just cap it off there. So yeah, so she does this whole thing. Yeah, what are we gonna call her? Are we gonna call her B.L.T, or should we call her something else? Yeah, Sigh indeed. Yeah, there's some other balaclavas who are also wearing goggles. To hold her to account, because as far as she's concerned, this was sounding very weird, really. There we go. Yeah, as far as she's concerned, she should just kill you here. Unfortunately, that's not what is required of you elsewhere. So she has backup in the form of Kevin.
Hazel, are you okay?
That sounded fine to me. Is it weird you're right? She's fine. Okay, that's cool. We'll try to suggest it for Meryl, and you said someone else fits more. Oh yeah, because we had two that were like. Oh yeah, that fits better. So this is Kevin, and this is Jed. Right, so there's the name B.L.T. They're along for the ride. They're having a good time. So yeah, what happens, generally speaking, is whomever this is, I'm fine with B.L.T for short. B.L.T says, "I would kill you where you stand because I am an honorable wolf. Wolf is. I like the wolves. There are wolves just down the corridor. Did you meet them? They're nice. I like them. They like me. And I like the wolves are like the solitary in nature, and I'm a sniper, and I relate to that. Apart from the fact that you just came through a family of wolves who are all together, but they're solitary in nature. I think these absolutely unimportant characters and puts them on the fan art waiting list. No, I look forward to seeing Kevin and Jed. So yeah, and she says, and I when I set my eyes on my prey, I will not rest until they have been taken down and killed. Unfortunately, I can't kill you now, so I'm going to mark you. And then she scratches you in the face with a fingernail, I guess, to make you bleed. And she says, "Right, I have marked you. You are now my prey. Unfortunately, I can't kill you." So Jed walks up to you and then smacks you in the face with the butt of a rifle, and you get knocked out. It's very unthreatening. I mean, you know. I'm gonna have a quick drink. She actually does do this. Yes, there's a long spiel and a scratch. I remembered the scratch from watching the movie supercut of all the cutscenes. The jumpsuit and the scratch, they're the things I remember most about B.L.T. You get knocked down, but you get up again. I mean, you yourself find it a little bit difficult to get up. But up you do indeed come, if you'll pardon the expression. Although not necessarily under your own steam. Talk amongst yourselves. How do we... Just magical fingernails? No, I think it's just more a kind of... You know, I've got your scent. I've marked you, and you will... I don't know. Good carefully, but instead I'm going to give you a very minor scrape. Okay, so how do? I don't know. Are we going to call this episode How Do? I can't do that. I need it for every other episode. Right, so... Okay. Not drawing people really doesn't help. So it was said last time, or the time before, whatever it was. That must have been last time. That it seemed a little bit not great. That Cece was drawn in her underwear. I feel like it's only fair that we do the same. You sit back, miss. And I feel like if we're going to do the same... I don't know, what do you do with you? Now, did we get to this cutscene quickly or not quickly? He's shirtless in the original, but you like it too. We're going for equality. Not equity, equality. The lady has her boobs almost falling out the noodle, wears sexy underwear. Absolutely. If one of the most plot relevant characters in the game has to speak her emotional soliloquy regarding the futility of her entire life choices whilst wearing underwear in a women's bathroom. I feel like there should be some sort of equivalent for the actual protagonist. Well, yeah, might as well go full hog. Right. So Noodle's in a bit of a predicament. What with being hooked up to what doesn't look like a particularly fun time. There's like sort of cables and wiring and etc. It seems fine. It's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. And there's like, you know, in the dentist when you got those sort of big lights sort of blaring down at you, like that. That's all going on. You see that? I think that's the first thing you see when you wake up. So. Right. There's a lot more to draw here. I haven't given myself an awful lot of space, so let's... Because you are not alone. Both in the game and in real life. And I meant that in a kind of friendly way, not in a kind of look behind you way. There's like a control panel here and stuff. First one, who's here, is B.L.T. She wants to make sure that her prey doesn't escape her a second time, as it were. And that feels more B.L.T. That little quiffy thing. That's good. Double drawer is moved, yay! He was horizontal initially like a table. Yeah, that's when I say, when I mean we get up. But we don't get up. We get forced up. I do like how, because I'm limited by how quickly I can draw, Kiro is acting essentially as stage directions. It's very nice. Have you noticed that sort of one of my default positions is to have people with their hands out like this? Just sort of how I draw. Want a more interesting pose? Have them sort of half-heartedly holding their hand out. As if engaging in a soliloquy. As you can tell by her position in this room, she's not the only other person here. Because I must make space. And who's she talking to? She's not talking to you. She basically says, "Yeah, don't screw it up. I want my prey. I'm going to kill this person. And it would be great if you didn't do that, because I need to do that. Cheers. Wolf! Lone wolf. I welcome my own. Why is Noodle in the sports bra? Because of equality. We've had the scene where the secondary female protagonist is wearing their underwear, and I thought it would be nice if it was the same. And B.L.T's boobs, that's also a thing. There's also... how did I draw this person? It's been 5 weeks. There was a hat involved, so we'll start there. I should have looked at the picture of them when we were back there. I'm sure it's a well-supported jumpsuit description. You still can. I mean, the problem with that is that if you convince Hideo Kojima that a female character needs a bra, you end up with Quiet. Who, as far as I can ascertain, is wearing very little else. She needs to breathe through her skin. I know. It's the story. His hands were tied. He couldn't possibly have written anything else. I'd just like to point out that this is the most recent Metal Gear Solid game. This is not something from the 90s. Well, not the most recent Metal Gear Solid game. The most recent one that Kojima was involved in, anyway. I assume there was some sort of moustache involved here. I'm not looking at that. I imagine the hat probably. That was probably where the eyes went on this one. Bandoliers! Indeed. It's a good song by Them Crooked Vultures. She's not the first one to do it, but the other one had special clothing, of course. This guy, long straight hair, moustache, pretty much. He's got a big old. Do you know? It's never occurred to me that a handlebar moustache is essentially just a bulky Fu Manchu. Never thought about that. Bras may be overrated, but you still prefer wearing one if you're highly involved in action, especially when you're wearing a jumpsuit that doesn't hold your boobs. You're also running a lot between cover, which is pretty much your main gimmick for this. Nanobots invisible boobs. Yes, it was the nanobots. It's residual James Bondage energy. Psychic energy keeping them up. Why is everyone naked? What is this game? I mean, no, Bullet Ant isn't naked. He's doing alright. I just draw that for the purposes of knowing where the legs and the hips are. He's probably... Anyway, do you remember Bullet Ant? He remembers meeting us because he lost a hand. It's not something you forget, really. He's probably got spurs on, knowing him. Nanobots is like the sonic screwdriver. It solves all issues and plot holes. Unless it's made of wood. Nanobots cannot do anything with wood. He does actually have spurs in MGS too. I mean, yeah, sounds about right. So yeah, he doesn't like us. Difficult to draw that particular gesture with only 3 fingers, but you get the gist. Well, yeah, but we were at least partly responsible. We were there. If we weren't distracting him from there being a psychotic ninja. I imagine Bullet Ant is the kind of person to hold grudges. To not only hold them, but to actively feed them. You refuse to take responsibility for this. Well, alas, here you are. In your underwear. You have no choice. Little distracted him, therefore his fault. Exactly. In lieu of the actual culprit, you will do. Bullet Ant isn't just a gunslinger. Oh yeah. So, amongst his weaponry, is not only the revolver, the Monty Python reference for you, but he's also chief torturer of the group, which is why you're here and why he's here. Yes. So his was the voice that we heard in a flashback a while ago, talking about going too far and having plans and things like that. And it was in this room that the flashback took place. Which voice was that? How was I supposed to know? Like that. I'm gonna have a drink. He calls himself Shalashaska. Yes. I cannot remember why. Well-known torturer, stumped how that's gonna work. Oh! So yeah, he divulges, hey, yeah, I'm gonna torture you because, I mean, why not? Also, I kind of want to know why you're here, who sent you, what you're gonna do, what you know, and if there's anything interesting, if there's anything important to our particular mission, what with the firing the nukes and stuff, that I can get out of here. Also, all your stuff is in a box here. Like the sniper rifle. There's the sock. Ladle. All your stuff. Want someone to torture? Go find the guy who can actually cut off your hand. He'll probably enjoy it as well. I mean, we have a decision. I mean, there's one more thing to do before that, which is drawing a character who I drew even further ago than Bullet Ant. So Lord knows what they're going to end up looking like. Because there is a fourth person in this room. If I recall. Fourth person, yes. You want an espionage game where you get dropped into the wrong place and are confused why no one knows where the MacGuffin is. That's cool. I like that. I'm pretty sure their hair covered their face as well, a bit like CC. Is it Wet Noodle? It is indeed. Worm Labag, or Wet Noodle, I believe their names were. committed that to memory. I haven't seen them for bloody ages. But they're back. For they are in charge of this operation, and they have an English accent, which helps my purposes. And I think it's at this point, voiced by Cam Clark. Well done, Cam. I don't know who you are. I love... It doesn't matter what I say about this, Kiro has 70 facts to do with it. It's great. I love this. You like voice actors? That's good. And in this game, I think I did point out before, this is one of the few games that credits their voice actors during the game. Their name comes up when the name of the character comes up as well. So, which is nice. I like that. If you're going to do that with actors, why would you not do that with voice actors? Although, to be fair, who does that with actors nowadays? I don't know. But this was a homage to, like, 80s action movies and stuff. Everyone's wearing clown shoes. Don't worry about it. So, yes, we are finally introduced to Worm Lebag proper. He's the leader of the gang. By gang, I mean terrorist organization. And he says a lot of things. I can't remember half of the things he says, but I think I'm right in saying this is the first time he speaks directly to you. And one of the ways he addresses you is by calling you brother. How does it feel, brother? Now you've taken everything from me. And now you're mine. Brother. It says brother a lot. Brother! His hands are behind his back. How menacing. I'm sure, I seem to remember when I was watching this cutscene recently that there was a lot of exposition in this. I can't remember any of it. I will explain everything as we go through. It might not necessarily be in the right place. I also don't know why he's wearing a shirt. He is. A polo shirt, why not? Wouldn't be as threatening if it was bruv. Bruv. You've taken all from me. I'm gonna take it back, bruv. You hate our family. Polo shirts are definitely the most threatening kind of shirts, absolutely. Hello, a little sticker with hello, my name is bruv. So yes, I'm sure there's lots of things. We'll get to it. It's fine. So yeah, and then they eventually, after calling you brother, after Wet Noodle calling you brother, B.L.T saying that she's going to kill you at some point, and that Bullet Ant shouldn't accidentally kill you in torture. This wearing sexy underwear. Yeah, absolutely. They leave, and we're left with just Bullet Ant, who will do the torturings. And he asks us questions like, "Who sent you here? How much do people know about this? Does the president know about this? Is this a top secret mission, or is it, just sort of something that they're talking about in the nightly news? How much do you know about the Metal Gear project?" And to which basically you reply, "No one told me anything. I was supposed to come in here and save hostages. Now they're both dead. Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, that's a shame. I'm gonna torture you anyway." So then he tortures us. With electricity. He's like that. He does. I think he actually has a bit of a spiel, a bit of a monologue. He talks a lot about Russia, how he's from Russia and that Russia's kind of lost its way, and that he's trying to. He's enthusiastic to see Russia sort of come back up and fight for its superiority or something. Still don't quite understand why he's dressed as a cowboy. But, you know. He's right. Apparently he's Russian. He don't think he has a Russian accent. Like, B.L.T has not a Russian accent. We'll get to that. He is Russian. Yeah, yeah. This game taught you how to properly button mash because it's, good lord, this was awful. I mean, I played Final Fantasy VIII a lot, and I learned to button mash pretty efficiently from there, so this was never really a problem for me. That said, I probably do have lasting damage to my elbow. He's Russian, but I don't remember his accent completely. I don't remember any Russian. It sounds American. It just sounds like an American accent. Definitely talks with a Texan accent, yeah. So yeah, and this is where we get the choice. Do we resist torture? Or do we accept torture? I believe one thing he does say, which I will put into this, throw into this, well, it's very difficult. Well, sorry, it's not easy to resist torture because your health is going down with every tick of electricity, and you've got a button mash to get it back up again. But he does say that they have. He says, I think he says something along the lines of, "We have your female friend. If you don't comply, we'll kill her. Why not?" So much button mashing. It's a lot. It's a lot. His voice actor is Patrick Zimmerman. Interesting. Cece's not our friend. I mean, she helped us through a minefield. Probably would have blown up and then got shot by a sniper. Yes, but she didn't get blown up by a mine. That's the important bit. At least as far as we know. She did make it past, luckily. Or I suppose maybe that was probably planned by B.L.T. Don't shoot the person while they're on a minefield if you don't want them to die, because they're going to fall over. You're going to shoot someone in the foot, make sure they don't fall in the minefield. It would have been terrible if she'd fallen backwards. Also, I don't think, there's something I didn't quite emphasize in that minefield area. That minefield that I'm talking about is tiny. It's like 6 or 7 paces across. Yeah, are we going to... And there's like 10 mines in it. Or more than that, because you have to go through quite an intricate route. It's really weird. Just jump it. You probably could. Decent run up. There's some caves behind you. You can get a good run up. Don't know how resisting it would help. Just resisting it. The only information that you have is that they have CC, and that if you don't comply or something like that, then they're going to do something to you. But then again, what does that mean? Is complying giving up? Is complying fighting against it? I don't know. Mash the button. Also, you have to follow her steps. If you try and crawl over the mines to pick them up, they'll still explode. Oh, I didn't know that. Makes sense. Otherwise, the whole point of that's useless. And we have already ascertained that we can, if we crawl over mines, pick them up. But those ones are special, I guess. Accepting torture is for weaklings. Okay, so we're going to button mash, yeah? Oh, button mash, yeah. We'll resist torture. We'll resist torture. I wonder, can I? Let me find the sound effect. Because it is fun. He also said, another thing he says, if I recall, is, I can tell if you're using auto fire. Because basically on old controllers, PlayStation controllers, third-party ones, they would have, like, if you hold down a button and activate a switch, it'll just press that button really, really quickly. So that's another fourth wall break. Let me mute this while I listen to... Try and find the sound effect. Yeah, don't even think about using autofire or I'll know. Yeah, he's just taunting you for a bit. There we are. This is what it sounds like. There you go. That's the sound of torture. I just like how it's one sound effect that continually starts and starts and stuff. It's not. It's torture. I mean, what did you expect? Does it get tortured in every game? No. Yes. So now that we've resisted it, it happens a few times. We have to resist it several times. He goes, "That's enough for one day. I don't want to kill you. I definitely haven't done that before." And so he chucks you in a prison cell. Which I will now draw. Because it is significant. Probably should draw this a little larger. Yeah, correct my inability to draw a straight line. Imagine manic button pushing all that time while your health rapidly goes down. Absolutely. And can confirm from listening to that cutscene, not a hint of a Russian accent. Okay, so you're in a little prison. There's a bed here. With a little pillow. There's a door here, which is obviously un-get out ofable. There's a word. Want to do fan out of handlebar mustache guy? You can keep what were their names company. It was Kevin and Jed, was it? Yeah, so here's a door with a little viewport window, so that you can see the outside world that you can't get to. Ha ha ha! Drawing. Here's a bunch of windows. And you can see into the next corridor here, which also has some windows. There's a door here. These things are important. I am setting the scene for a purpose. Here's a door. Here's a window that leads into the next room, in which you see the torture device. So you're not far away. And then like over here is a corridor that leads up to where you are. Right. Scene set. Kevin and Jed are best boys. He was taken in by Russians when he was a baby. You don't know how long he stayed in Russia, though. Yeah, you see, the problem was, by the time he was a baby, he could already speak fluent Texan. Apologies to any Texans out there. I know you don't speak like that. Right from birth, immediately. Came out of the womb grumbling Texan. It's picked up. They hypothesized that babies can hear inflections and tones of their mothers while inside the womb, and as a consequence. He does talk about the motherland a lot, so he might be talking about Texas. Maybe he doesn't know the difference between Texas and Russia. Has anyone shown him a map? I don't know. I think Texas is Russia, yeah. Right. Scene set. It talks about Russia and MGS too. I think, yeah, I guess so. Also, it sort of makes more sense with MGS 3 as well. Yeah. Does it sound like he's talking about Texas though? I mean, I want to watch the cutscenes now and see what ones I can take out of context. Okay, so we're here. Let's say we're on the bed. This ambient music. There's a loop point, and you can tell. So, oh yeah, he's wearing underwear. Isn't it? You can tell exactly where the loop cut is. It's very jarring. How does underwear work? They gave him trousers for now. Don't worry. They'll take them off again for torture. Talk about Mother Russia at the beginning of MGS2 and in MGS3. Again, who says that? Because if it's him, he doesn't know the difference. He's an idiot. The joys from Texas, you guess? I don't even remember Metal Gear Solid 2 particularly well. I want to play it again. It's the first time I haven't drawn Noodle headfirst. I also like how they took most of his clothes off, but not the bandana. This way. Okay. So, continuing with the story. Now, we're in here. In your Metal Gear Solid AU, Texas is called Russia, and that's the only thing that changes. Love it. It was with a guy named Sergei Golukovich in MGS2. Ah, beautiful Texan name. There are tiny bones in the bandana. Right, cool. And over here, I mean, no, hang on. I'll correct the drawing in a second. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Over here is somebody you may recognize. You may not recognize them at the moment. This is very much the stream of, hey, do you remember? Remember that time we met someone who could take their head off? If not, and you happen to know how this game works, and you're wondering why I've drawn them without a head, long story. The stream of, hey, did you remember? We absolutely do not remember, except Kiro. Okay, so do you remember ages ago? This is only going to get worse, by the way, the whole did you remember thing. This game is about twists. So ages ago, when we were first... Jeff Headstrong, yes. The first hostage that we were supposed to take care of. Not take care of that way, but, you know. You thought he died? I mean, that's what the X is for. Interestingly, though... let's put sleeves up. Interestingly, though, let me... Interestingly, though, he very dead, and he's covered in maggots. He's been dead a while. So what do you do when you're in a situation when you have nothing else to do in this game and you don't know what to do to progress? You phone someone up. So let me get the thing, because I forgot to bring the thing up. Here it is. Ding. Who are we going to call? Good question. Sorry. Sorry, in my head I just... Who are we going to call? Good question! I just like that idea. An indecisive crowd. Just all shouting at once. Good question! We don't know. So we can find out Colonel Korn, and Colonel Korn says, "Oh, you're in prison, are you? Well, thank you for resisting torture. I know, I listened in, and you know, I know they have Cece, and I'm kind of fond of her. What with being her uncle. But there's not an awful lot I can do. If you remember correctly, this whole thing was kind of a Black Ops operation, so I can't really do anything to get you out. But we'll do what we can to help you try and get out yourself." At which point, Varlin pops in. Minus every 2 seconds you're uncle and you're fond of her. I probably made that last bit up, don't worry. Varlin pops in and says, "Here, look, I can do something for you. You know, I stuck nanobots in you before you went out. What with the codec and the radar and all that. I can heal you a little bit. Stick your controller on your arm," she says. So if you put your controller on your arm, she says, "Okay, I will now tell the nanobots to heal you and warm you up." And then the controller vibrates. Like that. Remember, this was new technology back in the day. She said, "They're all better. I helped you. Tiny little massage." Yeah, she gives you a massage. How many games give you a massage? Fall breaks apart. Happened, yes. Look, James Bondage did it last time. "Put your controller on the floor. I will move it with the power of my mind." Do you remember that? So, yeah, and she does that. And you say... And you say, I mean, it would be made better if I was alone in this cell. Unfortunately, I have a guest, or rather, I am a guest of them. You forgot about Bondage's voice. So did I until I started doing that. So yeah, you say, oh yeah, I got the guest, the DARPA chief, Jeff Headstrong. He's in here with me as well. And Varlin goes, didn't he die? And said, yeah, he did. But it's something odd about it. He is covered in maggots. And Varlin goes, that's a bit strange, because he died approximately in game time. What, 2 hours ago? What, with a heart attack and such. Or for us, approximately 7 weeks ago. So it's a bit weird that he is maggot infested. The smell is quite bad in this cell. So yeah, that's a bit strange. But don't worry, they'll work out something, and things will carry on. Oh, is this? No, hang on. Yeah, at this point, Noodle says, "Hey, I'm in pain. Tell me about yourself. I need something to take my mind off it." And Varlin goes, "Oh, I don't really know what to say. I mean, I'm not interesting." He said, "No, tell me. How did you get into weird science stuff? What with the whole resurrecting people from the dead and things?" And she starts talking about her family and how her grandfather, I think, I'm probably going to get this wrong, but her grandfather, I think, sort of helped one of the American presidents sort out some sort of undercover gang thing, and she didn't know her parents or something like that, and she was, I lose all the details. Anyway, she talks to you a bit about her past and how she is connected to her family is connected to various events through history. She's basically trying to just talk to help you out, calm you down. Anyway, so that's happening, and we're in prison, and we're hurt. And she gives you a little chat about things. Information I probably should remember, to be honest, but I don't. Yeah. That's probably a good place to end. We have a chat. I'm scared to say too much. I know, don't worry about it. So yeah. I may very briefly brush up on that before the next stream. But yeah. It's fine. Thank you for coming along. Boom. There we are. We are in prison, having survived torture. We managed to survive torture. By the way, if people don't understand what it is I'm making a reference to when I do that, do try and look up We Managed to Avoid Drowning. Nice little chat between friends. Yeah. See, this nice thing. Our friend has been shot in the foot and captured. We have been captured and tortured. And the person that we saw at the beginning of the game have a heart attack is now all mouldy. But we're having a nice chat. So all's well. Thank you for coming to the stream. Yes. Life may suck, but at least we're having a nice chat while wearing sexy underwear. Yeah. That's all that matters. So yeah, thank you for coming along. Tomorrow, I guess, is the Dark Souls. There is something I noticed when I was looking for thumbnails for the VODs. There was a fog gate we went to that said it was underwater at the time, and we couldn't go through it. And I have now cleared all the water and done all the fog gates underwater that I could get to. So that fog gate that we couldn't get to before, which I couldn't reach by the ones that I could get to, must therefore go somewhere I haven't been yet. So that's helpful. Anyway, I'm just saying that to remind myself because I will probably forget. But we are in Blowtown, if I remember correctly. We've got Blowtown and we've got another big area. We've got loads of stuff to do. It's fine. Write it down. I probably will. Yeah, so we might find... Oh, we found, yes, the parish, which means that we can go and see Solaire, hopefully. Maybe, possibly. Depends whether or not the bell causes them to move, or whether killing the gargoyles causes them to move. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, yes, thank you for coming along. Dark Souls tomorrow, creative on Saturday, probably sticker designs. I still haven't received word from the sticker manufacturers for this month's ones, so they're probably going to be a bit late. I'll let you know as soon as I do. But it doesn't stop us making designs for next time. And then I'll get those in as soon as I possibly can, knowing how long it's going to take. Hopefully they're worth it. Hopefully they are decent. Their fault, not yours. I mean, I could have looked up the manufacturing period, but there we go. Stickers are always good. I mean, it's a different manufacturer. Hopefully the designs should be nice, but I'm hoping the printing and the quality is good as well. No, people are paid for this, and I want to make sure it's good. So yeah, sticker design Saturday, more Dark Souls Sunday, next Tuesday, Drawthrough. Continuing with this in our prison cell in our sexy underwear. Also probably Chibi Nether's Days on Thursday. Who knows? Find out. Yeah. Always good times. Thank you for coming along. Have a wonderful time, everyone. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you for being here and making this fun, as always. Yeah! Might rewatch some MGS to refresh your memory. That's fair enough. Yeah. Love you too. Have a great time, everyone. Bye!